All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have another Toronto Raptor video for you. If you enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let's aim for 400 likes on today's video. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but Raptors fans, you guys got me to 6.6K. I'm now only 400 subs away from 7,000. Thank you guys so much. Literally changing my life as I make every Raptor video. It is unbelievable. Might actually be able to turn this into a full-time job soon. So thank you guys so much. I'm really at a loss of words. Let's get into today's video though. The Raptors finished 4-1 and I thought they did a very good job, and as you could probably tell by the title, I'm very excited to watch the Toronto Raptors this next season. I've gotten some comments like, oh, will you be live? Of course I'll be live. I was actually live for a little bit of the game yesterday, but all 5 of the Raptors starters were out. Cameron Thomas was out, and I just ended the live stream. So what I did notice actually in yesterday's game, although it wasn't, yesterday wasn't a big focus for a lot of guys just because, like I said, the starting 5 were out. So makes sense. You don't want them to get injured in a meaningless game. It wasn't the finals anyways. It doesn't matter. So they were very iffy on offense, which I think was kind of expected. What I really liked was the defensive effort. I mean, it was unbelievable, man. Every time I was watching them on defense, it's just they're getting in passing lanes. They're moving like extra hard compared to the other team. It's almost like defensively it was unfair yesterday. I'm watching the Raptors were really sloppy on offense, especially in the first half, and then I'm watching, like, the Raptors will turn it over, and then they'll go down and clamp the nets, just strip the ball. I forget who it was. Someone just stripped the ball out of Brandon Knight's hand yesterday. It was a great defensive performance, and that's the best part of what I liked. Starting with Scotty Barnes, I've mentioned this before, him being the first guy an opposing ball handler faces is going to be killer. I think that Scotty Barnes moving forward is going to be a point forward type of guy. He's going to be handling the ball up in the offense. He's going to be the first guy on who's ever bringing up the ball. It's so cool to watch. His wingspan, I mean, anytime you got a dude with over a 7-foot wingspan, it's like, oh my God, how do you even get around him? So Scotty Barnes, I mentioned that before, but I think everybody is really excited about Scotty, and I'll talk about him a little later on in the video because I do have some comments. Freddie Gillespie yesterday, oh my goodness gracious. I don't think he's going to be a Toronto Raptor this next season. I don't know. They might honestly cut this guy. It's kind of like I was watching Undisputed. I was listening to Undisputed. No, I was watching Undisputed, and it was like Tim Tebow blocking that guy in the first preseason game, and Shannon Sharp was like, if this wasn't Tim Tebow, he would have been cut directly after the game. And that's kind of what I felt like watching Freddie Gillespie yesterday. It's like this dude, when the Raptors first acquired him, he was hooping. He was a hooper. And then he comes to Toronto, starts continuing to hoop, playing really good, starts to tinker off at the end of the season. He's on a contract, but I with Birch, with Achua, as good as those two guys are and what the Raptors are looking for, Freddie Gillespie, I don't know if they're going to put him down in the G League. They might honestly just cut him. I don't know what's going to happen with Freddie, but it's like the defense was horrible. The rebounding was horrible. I know it's blunt, but I just think this is how I felt watching him. I mean, I was even getting frustrated. He was missing layups yesterday. I think yesterday might have been the last game he plays for the Toronto Raptors, but we'll see. We'll see. You never know what's going to happen. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. Ishmael Wainwright, I thought he was a very nice surprise in the Summer League, and I'll actually compare, I think he's like 26 years old. I'll compare him to Jayshawn Tate because this is a guy, Wainwright, that I actually think will play for the Raptors next season. I think they'll go 10-man, but Wainwright's probably going to be getting some minutes here and there. My kind of comparison to Wainwright is what I found in Jayshawn Tate last season. When the Houston Rockets, they signed Jayshawn Tate. He's a 4-year guy out of Ohio State, and he played 2 years. He played a year overseas in Germany and played a year overseas in Australia. Stats weren't too crazy, but you start watching the film of him, and you're like, oh my God, this guy's actually going to contribute to the team next season. And then James Harden gets traded. Jayshawn Tate starts getting more starts, makes all NBA second team. And now I view 25-year-old Jayshawn Tate as part of the Houston Rockets' future. And that might actually be what happened with Ishmael Wainwright. The Toronto Raptors scouts got this one perfectly. If you guys watch my videos, you know I love overseas players just because they view the game in a different aspect. Like everything, you got to earn it, man. Nothing is given overseas. No basket is given. You got to work for that. The defense is crazy over there, and you can see with Wainwright, like, he's got some elite defense already at this age. So I think he's going to help out this Toronto Raptor team. That might be a far stretch, but I don't really think it is. So Ishmael Wainwright, he was a big surprise, a nice surprise for the Toronto Raptors. Let's see. I think that the defensive effort was really good. I was really liking the pushed pace. I really think that's going to be something that they incorporate more of this past season. They were not pushing the pace last year. And this upcoming season, just based off the 5 games in Summer League, I don't know why they kind of stopped pushing the ball in transition last season. It seemed like, and this year, hopefully they get that going, especially with Scotty Barnes kind of being that point forward. Scotty Barnes was a phenomenal passer all summer league. I think it is something that is very underrated in his game. When you think of Scotty Barnes, unless you're a Raptor fan, if you think of Scotty Barnes, you're like, oh, yeah, he's an elite defender. Like, if I were to ask my buddy right now, give me your thoughts on Scotty Barnes, he'd be like, oh, he's a really good defender, but that's really all he can do. You're so far from the truth. Yeah, he's an elite defender. His passing skills are extremely underrated. And that's kind of why a lot of people think he can be a point forward, kind of almost like a Giannis type player. And to be quite honest with you, Scotty Barnes, I think he might be – actually, no, he's not my prediction for Rookie of the Year. I think Cade Cunningham's going to get it. He's gonna have a fun time with all those statistics there in Detroit. They don't have too many stars, so I think he's going to get a lot of usage. So I think Scotty Barnes might be right there at number 2 Rookie of the Year. Like I said, he's going to win a defensive player at some point in his career. You guys got to hold me accountable on that. I don't know if anyone necessarily would argue it, but I'm going to go ahead and just say Scotty Barnes one day will win a Defensive Player of the Year. So Skye Barnes ultimately is the Raptors' biggest success from the Summer League. Delano Banton, I don't believe he will be playing on the Raptors this next season. He seems a little raw still, but definitely a nice pickup by the Raptors organization in the second round. I believe he is a Toronto native as well, so that's even cooler. And I really like what I saw from Banton. So hopefully he's got a future with the Raptors. I'm trying to think anybody else. Malachi Flynn, I think he's kind of just still looking good. I think he had a consistent summer league. I know that was Malachi Flynn kind of biggest flaw is he can hoop, he can score. I mean, he's a little undersized at 6 foot, but sometimes he gets a little inconsistent, and I think he was a little bit more consistent this summer league, but I can still go back and think of some games where maybe the efficiency wasn't all that, but it's just the summer league, nothing to really freak out about. So training camp's going to start soon. You got preseason starting soon, and then like directly after that in 2 months only, we've got the NBA season. So the Toronto Raptors Summer League, I've already given them an A in a video, but I'm definitely giving them an A altogether. I think outside of maybe Freddie Gillespie, it was just a massive success. It was a massive success. Scotty Barnes had a couple of slow offensive games, but the last game with Charlotte, he really documented to me that he is fully capable of being a possible superstar in that two-way category in the NBA for years to come. So that's it for today, guys. 400 likes. I know it sounds kind of crazy. It sounds kind of crazy coming out of my mouth too, but I think you guys can help me get there, Toronto Raptor Nation. Thank you guys so much. Once again, you're changing my life. You're blessing my life. I go back to school on Friday, so everything is happening so fast, but thank you guys so much. We're getting right there to 7,000, and I'm going to keep these videos coming. So peace. Psych, I somehow forgot to talk about Precious Achiuwa. I made a whole video about Precious and how good of a summer league he had. I think it was 2 days ago if you want to go check that out. But Precious Achiuwa, he's definitely going to be a great factor off the bench for the Raptors. And that's why I said in my video yesterday, this Raptors team's going to make the playoffs, man. That 10-man rotation, it doesn't have too many weaknesses. So Precious Achiuwa, another great addition. What a phenomenal sign and trade that was. That is it for today, though. Thanks again, guys. Peace.